Hi everyone, for the past 7 days I've been romanticizing the small things in my life and documenting the process, and I feel like I cracked a code and I really just wanted to share it with you guys, and I felt like it deserved its own video. So I am going to put a timestamp down below if you would like to skip the intro, because I do tend to ramble, which is honestly why I'm so bad at short form content and why YouTube will always be home to me, because I need to be able to sit down and ramble and film these long form videos. Did you see how I just caught that fuzz in the air? Go me. Okay, so in case you don't know what I've been going through for the past 6 weeks, my husband and I were trying to get pregnant. We were so excited. On the 9th cycle, we did get pregnant. We found out it was a baby boy. We started dreaming about what his name was going to be and how I was going to decorate the nursery. And unfortunately, we then found out that it didn't have a heartbeat anymore. So that was obviously devastating in its own right, and I had to emotionally process all of that. But what happened after is what I genuinely think really kind of took me into a spiral that I needed to get myself out of, which is where this whole concept came from. So my body did not realize that I was miscarrying, so we actually had to induce the miscarriage using pills that are not oral pills. They're like up there pills, which that alone was like wild to me. I bled really heavily for 2 weeks and cramped absolutely insane. After 2 weeks, I had complications from that, and I went in to my doctor and she found that I still had retained pregnancy tissue in my uterus, so that I needed to do the surgery, which was basically to go in and remove all of that. After the surgery, I bled again for 2 more weeks. So I spent 4 weeks in an extra long overnight maxi pad, which is so uncomfortable. And I don't know if this is TMI and maybe it's common sense, but for me, being on my period doesn't really faze me. Like, I cramp for the first day and I'm like a little bit irritable and moody and want chocolate, but it's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I put in a tampon or a Diva cup and I just go about my life. Bleeding from a miscarriage is a completely different beast. It is more, it's not just blood, and you can't have anything internal. So I was in these extra long overnight maxi pads that were so uncomfortable and were constantly just like getting soaked. I know that's TMI, but I don't know how to explain that. That was honestly the worst part for me, other than not being pregnant anymore and losing the baby. But that really took a toll on my mental health. I felt like I couldn't go out much because everything I wore you could see through if I wasn't just wearing like a flowy dress. And all the flowy dresses that fit me were maternity, and I didn't want to wear those. So I really was just like cooped up in my home. And my husband's actually the one, he asked ChatGPT some different ways to kind of just help me feel better. And I do want to give a huge shout out to my husband. Oh my gosh, he was my rock and got me through this, and I could not have done it without him. ChatGPT literally said having big ambitious goals is going to be overwhelming. So start with something small. Start just romanticizing the daily things around your house. And I was like, I feel like I have the time to do that now because I'm on summer break. I did teach a studio, like a summer intensive earlier in the summer when I was still pregnant, but during all of this, I've been really fortunate that I have not been teaching, which has been absolutely fantastic. And I have the time right now to spend extra time romanticizing the little things. And so I was really excited. I started doing it, like I said, 7 days ago. And I really feel like this has, I don't know how to say it other than say, changed my life. Like, I am a happy person again. I have a zest for life. I'm so excited for when we get to try again. And I feel like our marriage is so much stronger going through this. And I have stopped seeing the mundane things around my house as chores that I have to get done before I can like sit and relax and do what I want to do, and actually have started seeing those things as moments of reflection and being able to romanticize them. Last thing I'll say before I go is I also feel like I've been romanticizing the filming process. So I've been having a lot more fun with that, and not just like sitting here talking and filming, but like filming little clips throughout the week was so fun for me. And so I just want to thank you guys for being here, and we'll go ahead and get into the video. But thank you. The very first thing I started doing to kind of romanticize the small things in life is just to get up every morning and actually get myself put together. That doesn't mean a whole face of glam makeup or a fresh blowout. That just means getting clean and making myself feel more presentable than I do when I just roll out of bed. So right after my miscarriage, I spent probably a week in bed where I wasn't getting ready every day, and I can definitely tell a difference in my mental health when I'm like that. I started off saying, like, you don't even have to get ready today. Just take your shower, do your skincare, and if you feel like putting on some lip gloss or something like that, then go ahead and do that. But today's partner is Kosas, and I am so excited to show you these products because they have single-handedly helped boost my confidence in these past couple weeks. Kosas is clean makeup for skincare freaks, their words, not mine, and their mission is to evolve beauty's mindset towards revealing, expressing, and just feeling comfy in your own skin, whether you're wearing makeup or not. The hero product for me has been the new Revealer Extra Bright. This is a serum-powered color corrector, so I use this to help disguise the dark circles under my eyes, which have definitely been getting more prominent in the past couple of weeks as I haven't been sleeping as well, and also just my skin is changing from all the different hormone fluctuations. This is a full coverage dark circle corrector and a depuffing eye serum in one that is made to go underneath their Revealer concealer, which everyone already freaking loves this. They have a few different color correcting shades depending on your skin tone. I'm in the color Magic, which is like this pale pink. And I'm just gonna do one side so we can see the before and after. So this formula targets the 3 causes of dark circles as both makeup and skincare. It has super active levels of caffeine, hyaluronic acid, and peptides, which help address discoloration, puffiness, and sagging. So I'm just going to take my little beauty sponge and start blending this out. And you can already see the difference on my under eyes, like that right there. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at the difference in the discoloration. The whole eye just kind of looks a little bit more lifted, but the real magic comes when you layer on the Revealer concealer. This concealer is so creamy and gives just a beautiful, radiant finish that is so stunning, and I'm obsessed. So let's blend this out using the same sponge. Are you kidding me right now? I know you guys see this before, after, before, after. This absolutely makes me just feel more put together. I'm gonna take it one step further and set it with the translucent rose candy Kosas powder. Just a tiny bit on a brush and sweep that under my eyes so that this will not go anywhere all day. Now let's do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna curl my lashes and do a light coat of mascara and then put on the Malibu Wet Stick, which is a moisturizing lip shine, and I'll be right back. Look well rested even when you're not. You can shop the Revealer Extra Bright and Revealer Concealer and get 15% off by using the link in my description. You can scan the QR code and don't forget to use code Blair15. Good morning. Typically I would make the bed first thing in the morning, but because I knew I was going to be filming, I went ahead and did my hair and makeup. This is something that just makes me feel like I have gone ahead and accomplished something first thing in the morning and just sets my day off on a productive foot. I am someone that does tend to make my bed almost every day, but it's very much a chore for me, and one of those things where I just like pull the covers back, try to put the pillows on so it looks kind of nice, and I'm like, check, done. Not anymore. I've been romanticizing this process, so I will put on a fun song and just like really enjoy the process, but this is what has changed everything. This is a DIY rose water spray, and I made sure that I used rose water that was pet friendly because we do have a dog, and it is so delicious, and I just love spraying it on the sheets before I make the bed, and it just feels more romantic. I don't know how else to say it. And I also typically will have music on in the background just because I enjoy that, but sometimes I will do it in the silent and kind of take that time to do a little bit of just like mental meditation kind of for my day. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this step because I really enjoy it now that we have this, and I swear my husband makes a comment. I've only been doing it for 7 days, but he makes a comment every single night when he gets in. He's like, it smells so good. The sheets feel like freshly washed sheets every single day instead of just the first day that you put them on. I still do wash the sheets every week though. So basically I am just going to pull the covers back because I mainly want to spray inside of the sheets so that it like locks everything down. So I just do a few squirts. I don't know if that's too many, but that's what I've been doing. And then I put our sleep pillows down and I do a little spray on those because I swear you can tell a difference and it's so nice. Ah, that's such a small thing, I know, but it's really just made me happy every night when it's like time to crawl in bed. This might seem silly, but it's also kept me from wanting to crawl into bed like in the middle of the day before my husband gets home, because I'm like, no, the bed's so perfect and fresh and like clean smelling. He needs to experience that moment of pulling the covers back with me. So it's kind of kept me from getting in that rut of like getting back in bed and just wasting my day away, feeling sorry for myself. Next up, I have my afternoon tea. There's something about making a beverage and then putting it in like a nice glass and doing the garnishes that just makes it feel more romantic. And yes, it takes more time. Yes, it dirties more dishes, but I look forward to this now. So I make a tea concentrate that I can use then for this drink. It stays fresh in a mason jar in the fridge for a couple of days, but I'm going to show you how I do that. Is this a little bit extra? Yes. Do I love it? Also, yes. So the first thing to do is make your tea concentrate. So I have 8 ounces of hot water and I'm going to take 2 of the Tazo Passion Teas. This is like kind of a sour tart tea. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and it makes this really, really rich dark red color that also just like makes me, I don't know, feel festive. You can already see it's only been a few seconds and it's already getting like so red and beautiful. So next up, I want to go ahead and rim my glass. So I'm going to start off by dipping the top of it in a little bowl of water, and then I'm going over into some sugar and just coating that all on the rim. This tea is a little bit sour, and so having the sweet sugar on the rim definitely makes a difference. Typically, this is when I would be cutting up my little lime twist, but we are out of fresh limes today, of course, on the day that I want to film. So instead, we're just gonna wait a couple minutes for the tea to keep steeping. And now it's time to assemble our concoction. So first up, you need a little bit of ice in the glass because I do want this to be like an iced drink, not a hot tea. And the tea is already hot, obviously. And then we are going to pour in a little bit of our concentrate. So I do probably that much. I don't know how much that is, maybe a little more. Let's do like half. And then I'm gonna go in with tonic water, and I love these 2 flavors together. It is just absolutely fantastic. Finally, give it a little stir. Let's do a taste test. That's absolutely perfect. Now I'm gonna let this cool a little bit more, and then I will pour it into the mason jar to save it in the fridge because this will make a lot more of these for me. And my husband also really enjoys this drink too. So I'll make one for him tonight, maybe like before we have dinner, and I'll just have a second one because I deserve it. Now I've got my drink and my journal. I've been loving journaling lately. It's been a way for me to get all of my emotions out and just say the things that are on my mind, I guess, like through written form. And I'm gonna go ahead and just hang out on the porch and enjoy this. Luckily, it's not too hot today and I can actually enjoy this. Also, I wanna mention that when I'm writing in my journal, I spend more time making sure that like my penmanship is really pretty, and I imagine that someone like 100 years from now is going to be reading this and like, I don't know, maybe it'll help like a great granddaughter of mine when she's going through a hard time in her life. So I'm just like writing down everything about what life is like right now, the emotions that I'm feeling, what I'm doing to kind of like get myself through it, and I'm really enjoying it. We have this front little living room with a fireplace in our house that I've mentioned before that we really only sit up here when we have guests because otherwise we're gonna be back in like the lounge room where we have the TV. But I've found that sitting up here, I've been reading more, I have been more present with my day instead of just going back and turning on the TV because it's like what I've been doing for the past few weeks, and it's just like a lazy pastime for me, and I enjoy having the background noise, but actually kind of forcing myself to sit in the silence I think has been so helpful for me, which I have never been that person. So I've been enjoying this front living room a lot more. I haven't been lighting fires, obviously, because it's so hot, but I do think that that is going to be such a little cozy addition. But the last thing that I kind of want to touch on that I feel like is so obvious, people are going to be like, I can't believe you actually put in like lighting candles as romanticizing your life. But let me tell you, I am the type of person who loves candles. I have them scattered around my whole home, but I feel like they burn out and like they go away so quickly. So I mainly only light them like if I'm done cleaning the kitchen, I will light one, and it kind of signifies to my husband, like, this is a freshly clean kitchen, please don't mess it up today. Or when he's about to get home from work, I'll either light the one like on the side table, or just, we always have one going in the evening, but I never really like lit them throughout the day. Not anymore. I need to go candle shopping now because I'm burning through all of my candles. But this is one, actually it says in my engaged era. I got it as an engagement gift, and you can see how much more we have left of it because I haven't been burning it because I feel like I need to save it, but you don't. You can just buy a new candle. So I'm going to trim the wick, and then I'm also going to use matches instead of the electric lighter. That simple thing just feels so romantic to me. I have this really cute matchbook box, so I'm going to go ahead and light my candle to enjoy just on my own, just because I can. I feel like with these matches, you really need to light like more than one candle because they are just burn for so freaking long. Is it weird that I like the smoke smell when you light a match and then it blows out? I don't know why I love that smell, but I don't really like the smell of candles right when you blow them out. It's a very different smell to me, but this, I could literally just light a match, blow it out, and smell this around me all the time. I just love it. We have these beautiful giant hydrangea bushes all around our house, and I always tell myself like I'm not gonna pick them off because it's part of like our outdoor decoration, but now I've been loving having fresh flowers around, so I have been allowing myself to trim those hydrangeas back, and I have really enjoyed that. We had a guest come stay with us not last week, but the week before, and I trimmed hydrangeas and had like fresh ones in their bedroom and their bathroom, and it was something so simple. It cost me nothing, did not change the outside appearance of our house. You did not notice that I was missing like 6 stems of hydrangeas, but that is another thing that I have been doing lately, that I don't know why we make these rules with ourselves of like things we can and can't do around our house. All right, guys, those are the simple ways that I've been romanticizing my life, and it might seem silly and small if you just look at one thing individually, but putting them all together has really just given me a gratitude and joy for life that I needed to get back. I just was trying. I did a reset for my mind and my body and my home, and I still just wasn't getting there. And this is what allowed me to. So I know it takes a lot more time to like do the little things around your house if you're trying to romanticize them, but it does make a difference if you're trying to prioritize your mental health and if you have the time to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.